Folks, Houston has a problem. Now we have a problem. Houston has a problem. And what is that? Randy Silver is going to break it down on this episode of Warriors Digest. The media, the pundits, Vegas all believe? Find out. We're about 3 days away from the series starting, so we're going to break down the key matchups, the key players, key stats. Let's compare this Rockets team to our Golden State Warriors. We'll have the schedule for you, everything in between. Please subscribe to Warriors Digest so you don't miss anything on this channel from me, Arthur, the Warriors Digest team. We're here for you. Playoff basketball. I broke it down in the past couple of videos, folks. So excited, so excited, so excited. Let's go! We're in here, and we're in here not just to be here, we're here to win. And that's what Vegas thinks. The Warriors are the favorites, even though they're away. 7-game series, 3 at home in San Francisco, 4 in Houston. The Warriors are the favorites, minus 196. Rockets plus 164. Not a crazy favorite, but favorites. This means that they expect this veteran-laden team, the 7 seed who came in through the play-in with Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, continue on to beat Fred VanVleet, Sigan. And you know the person who the Warriors hate the most? Wait for it. Where are we at? Dylan Brooks. And we're going to break this all down in a second. But Dylan Brooks, him and Draymond, expect a couple technical fouls coming in that. So Warriors, folks, surprisingly, I personally think surprisingly, comment your thoughts, the favorites, even though the Rockets are the better team. Again, here's the schedule. I broke it down on the previous video. Screenshot, save this. The cool thing for the Warriors, not going to dive deep into it, 2-day break between game 1, 2, and 3. Then after that, only a 1-day break for this veteran team, especially after having to go to the play-in. 4-day break helps us against the young gun Rockets. Warriors this season against the Rockets, look right here, 11-2, 3-2. Started the season 2-0 against the Rockets, lost. Last one was a tough one, something I felt like we should have won. We let that game get away, and obviously some of those were pre-Jimmy Butler. Look at the quick playoff for you in case you haven't seen. You live on the Rock, which I know most people don't. And if we would have won the play-in, folks, Timberwolves would be where we are. Had to play the Lakers. So now would be a second-round matchup, which I like better than playing the Lakers first round. I just don't think we size up really well against the Lakers. Also, just the LeBron versus Steph, always a fun matchup. Let's have that later in the playoffs. When you look at the Warriors versus Rockets, coming into the last 5, Warriors are 3-2. Again, that terrible loss to San Antonio. No Wemby, no Fox. However, probably helped us by going play-in and not having to play the Lakers. Rockets lost 3 in a row, but they already knew they were the 2 seed, so really kind of just coasted to the end, make sure they're fully healthy. Rockets won the Southwest Division, 52 wins. Warriors, 48, came in 3rd in the Pacific Division. Let me go to right here. Let's zoom in. Look at the team stats, pretty much even in points scored per game, even in field goal percentage, rebounding a little bit even, Houston a bit higher, assist 6 more per game for the Warriors. What does that mean? We have to do the run and gun move. Don't settle for a good shot, pass to get a great shot. When we're able to do that, that is where the Warriors are at success. When we can get around 75-80% of our field goals to be off of assists, that's when the Warriors offense is clicking. Let me go to traditional stats. Let's blow this up. Oops. Again, we already showed you points per game. You look at field goal, 3 points made per game, folks. Is this going to let me click it? Oh my, so annoying. I apologize. Golden State at 3 points made per game, 15.4. Where are the Rockets at? You got to go down the list, folks. 22nd at 12.7. So we can average 3 more threes a game than them. That means that's 9 points. That is a 9-point leverage over a very strong defensive team. So we have to do well with Brandin, with Buddy Hield. Moody needs to make timely threes. Post, of course, Steph Curry. Draymond 1 to 2 a game. Butler can make some. All those players need to step up. And if we can make our threes, it looks like we'll be in a good spot in terms of being able to have that advantage, which is big. And we know that threes can be a momentum swing at home and momentum killer on the road. You look at 3-point percentage, we're actually not that good of a team in comparison to the NBA. 36%. Rockets, 35%. So we're making about, again, 3 more a game, and that shows you in the stats. Now, free throws for us have been the killer. Post Jimmy Butler, much better. We used to be at 70%. Warriors, because they were so bad throughout the season, moved it up to 76%. But a 6% raise over 30 games is massive. Massive. You look at the Rockets, worst free throw shooting team in the NBA, 73%. They get to the line 22 times. They make 16. Warriors are beginning to the line 22 times, making 16. So free throws will be clutch here. Both teams aren't the best, but those who can make them will decide these close games. And you have to imagine most of these games will be clutch time, plus or minus 5 points, winning or losing in the last 5 minutes of the game. So be ready for close games. And these small details, threes, free throws are going to matter. You look at the overall plus minus. Again, that is turnovers, that is scoring. You look at the plus minus for the Warriors, 3.3. Not the best. When we're winning championships, we're in towards the top. For the Rockets, 4.5. So that means they're averaging a little bit less turnovers and they're being more efficient on offense. So folks, just a quick high level, again, showing you some of the key stats here that matter for this team. We already talked about points. So it's 3 points and field goals for the Warriors. You look at rebounding, again, we said the Rockets are the best rebounding team in the NBA. 48 a game, Warriors at 45. So we have to make sure to crash the boards on offense, limiting offensive rebounds, second chance opportunities. On defense, have to limit the second chance opportunities. On offense, we have to make use and get some offensive rebounds under Looney, Quinten Post. We know Jimmy's a good rebounder. JK coming in, that's where he can help with his athleticism whatsoever. But again, you look at assists per game, Warriors at 29, high up on the roster. Rockets, down, 23 game. Very isolated type of ball. That is something the Warriors have to do. This young gun team, going to have fresh legs, but if we can play our game, move and get assists, that's where the 2-day break in between is massive for this team. Some key players to be aware of. This is from NBA.com, just sharing it for you. The Rockets average 5.5 more shooting opportunities than their opponents. The biggest differential and 5th biggest for any team in the past 25 seasons. And that's because of their rebounding, offensive rebound, defensive rebounding, limiting the other team from getting second chance opportunities. Rockets are getting good opportunities on offense. That means that they're not getting turnovers. Limiting turnovers, getting rebounds, more opportunities. Again, but they're not a good field goal shooting team. They led the league in offensive rebounding percentage by a huge margin, averaging the second most second chance points per game, 18 of any team in the last 29 seasons. And we're a small ball team. So again, it goes to rebounding. Looney probably has to play against Segan. You're going to have to expect maybe TJD to get in. And then everybody on the team, BP, Post, Curry, Draymond, of course, in the post, Butler, anybody on the court has to get back. Has to be able to put a man and box out. You can't just try to get out and get fast break because the Rockets are a great offensive team. But the Warriors are not bad defensively for how small that we play. Amen Thompson on Curry. We saw in the last game of the season, what Thompson do? Face guarded. You can't see me on Steph Curry. Did not allow him to get the ball. Basically, they played 4-4, Anywhere Curry went on the court, Thompson stayed on him. Thompson is young, a quick player, a rising star in this league. He will be doing the same in this series. Can't probably do it for seven games, but expect him to be able to face guard him a lot. So how do you set screens for Curry? How do you have him play off ball? How do you get the ball in his hand, bring it up the court, and then you try to get a switch on the screen? If they're not switching the screen, then you know what? The pick and roll with Jimmy Butler, pick and roll with Looney, Draymond, whatever that may be. Expect the Warriors to have a better game plan than they did in this game, a better game plan against the against the Rockets, how they can be able to beat Thompson's defense. And then lastly, Dillon Brooks, if he can make his threes, Warriors will have a tough day. They will leave him open like teams leave GP2 open, like teams leave Draymond open. But if Dillon Brooks is making his shots and playing good defense, that's tough. For the Warriors, of course, Jonathan Kuminga has not played the past 2 games. What will happen with Jonathan Kuminga? Is he going to take minutes from Moody? Is he going to take minutes from Quinten Post? Is he going to take minutes from Buddy Hield? I think it depends on the game plan. But I do think you need Kuminga's athleticism, ability to be successful as the Warriors look to be moving on to the round 2. So that's a high-level overview. If there's anything in specific you want us to speak about, anything in specific, deep dive in numbers, comment, let Arthur and I know. And we're going to keep you updated on everything. Warriors fans, it's the best time of season. We're talking playoffs. Let's go.